The Integrate feature in Microsoft Lists allows you to take the information you have gathered and use it in PowerApps, Power Automate, and Power BI. Today, we're going to focus on how to customize the edit form for SharePoint using PowerApps. But first, let's look at what the default edit form looks like. Select an item on the list and then go to the top left side of the screen and select the pencil icon for Edit in the toolbar. This will open the standard form. The fields are in the order in which the columns were added to your SharePoint list. Even if you reorganize the columns on the list, they won't change the order on the edit form. So in this example, I added a notes field that is towards the bottom of the form, but I want it next to the details field. Since that can't be changed here, we're going to use PowerApps to create the customization. You will need to deselect your item to see the Integrate button in the toolbar at the top of the page. Then we're going to select PowerApps and then Customize Forms. This is going to launch the Power App Studio, but it's important to know that you will only be able to customize the SharePoint form from within lists by using this path. You cannot go to the traditional Power App Studio from the Office homepage. Now that PowerApps has opened, I'd like to point out that in the tree view on the left-hand side, it is indicating that this is a SharePoint integration, and you can also see that this is tied to my Microsoft 365 roadmap list. A form screen was automatically added to the canvas, and the fields and properties panes are open on the right-hand side of the screen. So now we can begin our customizations. PowerApps took its best guess about what you want to see in the edit form, but all options are not included. That's okay because we can go to the Fields pane, click on the plus sign for Add Fields, and here you see a list of options, including metadata. I will quickly go through and put check marks next to the ones that will be used for this example. When all the options have been selected, click the Add button and they will be added to the form that's on the canvas. Now, right now, the fields are in the same order as they were in the default edit form, but now each data element has its own card, and I can drag and drop those cards into any order that makes sense for my business process and how I prefer to see my data. The next thing that I would like to bring to your attention is that all of the fields are a single line of text by default, but the description and the details, for example, might contain multiple lines of information, and this would be really hard to read. So we're going to modify the card in order to make it a multiple line of text. I'm going to click the drop-down arrow on the description card and notice that the control type says Edit Text. When I click that drop-down arrow, I have some additional choices. In this case, what I want to choose is multiple line of text. Now the description field has a bigger box, and if you add more information to it, a scroll bar will appear so that you can see all of the information. I am going to quickly repeat the process of editing the control type and choosing multiple lines of text for the details and the notes cards. As I look through this, I realize that I really don't use the more information field, so I can click the three dots for more actions on that card and then select the remove option so that it doesn't show up on my edit form. Please note that this does not remove the column from SharePoint. You can still see it when you're looking at the grid view. Now let's look at a different customization. The title field is tied to a tracking ID number that should not be changed. To keep people from accidentally changing that information, we can modify the card to make it view only. As before, click the drop-down arrow for the card. In the control type, this time I'm going to choose View Text. Notice on the form that we still see the number, but it is no longer editable. I encourage you to play with the different options so that you can customize your forms in a way that makes sense for you. For our next set of customization options, I want to draw your attention to the Properties pane on the far right-hand side of the screen. Notice that we have this option for columns. It is set to 1, but if you click the drop-down, you'll see that there are additional options. For example, let's say we want 2 columns on our customized form. We can also change the layout. You can have vertical or horizontal. The main difference is with vertical, the title is above the data box. And if you go and switch it to horizontal, the title will be next to the data box. Now, there's no wrong or right here. It's really just a matter of what aesthetic you like and how you like to view your data. The reason I like this 2-column format is I no longer have to scroll to see all of the fields. Now, this layout is okay for most of the data, but the boxes for description, details, and notes is a little bit small given the amount of information I typically put in there. So here's the cool thing. Let's select the card for description and then grab the handles and drag it across. Now you can see that these fields are covering the entire 2 columns, making them easier to read, but the other fields still stay in a 2-column layout. Another thing that I like to do is go up to the toolbar and change the background color. The reason I like this is that it makes the data boxes stand out when it is a white box against a colored background. I have found that it makes it easier for a lot of people to process the information and quickly find the fields they want to modify. Now that we've made our customizations, it's time to save our work and publish the form to SharePoint. Go to the toolbar in the upper right-hand corner and click the Save icon. Then click the very last icon on the far right to publish it. You're going to see a floating dialog box that lets you know it's going to be published to SharePoint. This reinforces what I said earlier in the video that you're only going to see this particular customization in SharePoint and not in the traditional PowerApps Studio. Now you will go to the upper left-hand corner and click the arrow next to the words Back to SharePoint. You will always get a pop-up box asking you if you want to leave the app. Confirm by clicking the word Leave. You are redirected back to SharePoint, and it's important to know that it can take several minutes up to an hour for you to see the customizations that you have just made. To verify the customization, select an item and then click the Edit button in the toolbar. A pane will open from the right-hand side of the screen, and you can see our custom form where the first couple of fields cannot be edited and the rest of the fields have been reorganized to display in the order that I chose. Now I can make updates to these fields, such as putting in my content idea or updating the notes, and then all I have to do is click Save. I have one more tip that I'd like to share with you. When we customized the form, we made it so that you could not change the feature ID. But there might be an occasion where you have locked editing for a field and find that you really do need to update it. This can still be accomplished, just not in the customized form. What you would do is click on Edit in Grid View, and then you can change any of the fields that you want from this particular view. When you're done, click Exit Grid View to save your changes. To learn more about lists and other customizations, check out the playlist that's on the screen now.